everybody, welcome to Dash of Donita. On today's episode, I have a very special guest who has helped me along in my culinary journey that he doesn't really know much about, but yeah. Please welcome Chef Bruce Lin. Yay!
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of all the things that you've asked me to cook today, you wanted something very simple, as most of my guests so far have requested, and that is?
Sinigang.
Sinigang. Sinigang na?
Oxtail.
Oxtail, okay. I found out that oxtail is really just beef tail, right?
Yes.
And why? Why oxtail?
I love the texture, I love the flavor. And in between each joint, I like eating like the litid. So I'll suck on that.
The bone marrow.
No, it's like the in between the spinal cord of that jelly that's really good.
Connective tissue?
Yeah, I guess that could be called it, yeah.
Litid in English, I don't know what you'd call it. What I did was I took the oxtail from last night and I put it in my Instant Pot or my pressure cooker for about, I think, 6 to 8 hours. We're heating our stove and then I put a little bit of canola oil just to get the pan coated a little bit. And then, of course, we add our onion.
So this is cool, I don't actually have to cook.
And then our kamatis, our singkamas, basically all our veggies. Okay, so Chef, what are you busy with these days?
So I'm into food manufacturing at the moment. It's kind of boring compared to a restaurant, but it's a lot of work.
I know that you also provide food for places like Mini Stop, right? Like the crispy chicken, because that's my son's favorite.
I do the karimans.
We'd always order your chicken and he'd ask me to, you know, like make it himay and then turn it into like a chicken rice, like a fried rice thingy. Working in a restaurant, depending on how big it is, you know, you have different dynamics, but for what you're doing right now, even though it sounds small, you have how many employees?
Probably about 100 plus.
100 plus, that's a lot. That's more than a regular restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So it's a full day job. You say that you're here
pretty much from 6 a.m. to whenever.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like a restaurant as well. I treat it like one, so I make sure that I'm in so I can see what's going on. So you added lemongrass.
Yeah, lemongrass, we pounded it, just the bottom half.
Okay.
And then I put some sile, the green chili inside. Took out the seeds because I wasn't sure if you like it hot or not.
Anything is good.
Okay. Kind of twist that I wanted to put on this thing was supposed to be Kansi. I forgot to get jackfruit. Yeah. So we're gonna stick with sinigang. But any souring agents you can use are like, of course, tamarind, fresh tamarind, which is always the best, right? Over the powdered stuff. Fresh is best. And then I also have some lemon, or my favorite is dayap actually. Nice. Because it's very aromatic. Spell aromatic.
I can't. Yeah.
Because I wanted to do like a little Kansi twist, I got atsuete. We pressurized our oxtail for about 8 hours, and then we transfer that to here. Here's a towel. Is it hot?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I have asbestos hands.
Okay. Yay! So we have our oxtail here, and then we let it simmer for a while. You mentioned mustasa at the end.
Yeah, normally mustasas, they use it for fish, right? Because it's bitter, they want to get that lansa taste out. But I really like the bitter mustasa with the fatty oxtail. For me, it works really, really well.
Because it cuts the fat.
It cuts the fat, yeah.
I love talking chef talk with this guy. You know, I asked my other friends and like, I don't get any feedback. You know, I feel so alone in the world. Why all of a sudden did you tell me that oxtail with mustasa is your favorite? So oxtail sinigang na mustasa.
Yes, it was something that my grandma used to make. Back then, meat was kind of expensive, so she would always get like the offcuts, and oxtail was pretty cheap, like pork hocks and all that other stuff. We didn't really grow up with a whole lot of money. We started off pretty meager, and whatever my grandma made was pretty much it. And Filipino food was always my comfort food.
So are you pure Filipino or are you Chinese?
No, I'm half Chinese, half Filipino.
Do you speak Chinese?
Hell no. What I've been doing now lately is modernizing or kind of twisting a lot of Filipino food. But yeah, European food is like a cakewalk to me. A lot of the ingredients that we have here in the Philippines that we don't have anywhere else. And it was funny, it's like, buko is taking the world right now, right? It's
like, gata also, especially.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we've had that forever. I was in London like last year and I had a meal and it was like, okay, this is really special ingredient, comes from Sri Lanka, blah, blah, blah. And I get them like, fuck, that's buko.
So we just let that boil. I wanted to talk, you know, I kind of like long to talk culinary with, you know, professionals like myself. When I was in the States and I was trying to get my foot in the door, I didn't know what I was doing. Went to Vegas and it's one of the food capitals of the world. I didn't know how to get my foot in the door. And so I called you and I asked for advice. and you told me, get the heck out of that place that you're at right now.
Yeah.
You should be paid by now.
Yep.
So I left, and you called some friends, and they were able to get me my first job at Mandalay Bay.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful for that. But I've also learned along the way that the culinary world is not a woman's world, but a man's world.
Well, I think that stigma is starting to break, but I think you're right in some sense. A lot of people had a hard time adjusting, especially if there was like an exec that was a woman.
Yes.
But I know a lot of great chefs that are women chefs in San Francisco, in Vegas as well.
But you would say that most females who are in culinary are in pastry.
Normally,
like,
yeah.
Or cold kitchen.
Yes, normally. And that's why for the longest time, pastry kitchen was called like the pink kitchen. It would be either you'd be like homosexual or you would be a woman, right? Who would excel in the pastry department. But it's not really that. I mean, I think the only reason for it is men don't like to measure. They just they just go at it and
yeah, that's
taste
true.
It, okay, just add a little bit more. And then women are very precise in what they do, and I think that's why they excel better. But other than that, I know a lot of great male chefs that are pastry. I know a lot of female chefs that are also in the hot kitchen as well. So I think it's really, you've got to find your passion, your niche, and you just stick with it.
Yeah. I think also being in the hot kitchen, which is my passion, it's a little bit rougher. Like the equipment that you have to carry is heavier. It's hot. It's not like being in a cold kitchen where they have air conditioning and stuff. I'm quite nervous about the dish I'm going to serve you.
No. That's, I think, the biggest misconception a lot of people have is, and this is true, chefs eat simple. I mean, we eat the most simple things out there, man. It's like we eat the offcuts that we don't serve the customers.
Yeah.
Like I love rib tips, like the little cartilage tips that are on the ribs. Normally we just chuck them out, it goes into the sauce. Yeah. But I love eating it. So I'll snack on it, boil it down, deep fried, and I'll snack on it all day, So we eat the simple stuff that people think that we don't. So like, oh, I gotta cook for a chef. It's like, come on, really? Just give me good food.
When I first did my morning show with Chef Boy Logro, when I would ride in cabs and stuff like that, people would say, si Chef Boy, hindi naman magaling yan, mas magaling ako dyan eh. It's because he's always on TV, right? And I would say these people, I mean, okay, I'll give the taxi driver credit for being a great chef in the kitchen because he loves to cook. But being a cook is very different from being a chef in a restaurant, and even being different from being a hotel chef, because they all, like I said earlier, have different dynamics that you could be good in your own kitchen, but try working in a restaurant or a hotel or in a like a banquet hall where you have to serve 1,000 people in a day. The other side of that is that sometimes these chefs, they make exquisite meals for all of their guests and stuff. But man, when they cook simple dishes, it's like no other. That's how I actually really fell in love with Pinoy food. Yeah. It was through these Filipino chefs that never went to culinary school, but they've been working in kitchens their whole lives. And when they cook simple food, it beats all the restaurant food. And so yeah, it's true. Like as chefs, when we eat, we really want simple food. But chef, thank you so much. Okay, so now na kumukulo na siya, you can taste it and see, what do you think? We haven't seasoned it yet, but it's got flavor already.
Yeah, nice sour tang.
So there. If you want, you could put peppercorns inside, and then we use a cheesecloth so that you can extract it after, so that you've got a clear soup, right? Then that's it, we're done.
Cool.
We just need some rice, which I forgot to bring.
I think I can help you with that.
And then the mustasa. So do you like to eat the mustasa with it inside, or do you eat it separately?
I eat it with inside. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So at the very last minute, right?
Yeah. I get a lot of questions like, "Hey, chef, is this the right way to do this?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, it's totally up to you. It's your personal preference of what you like, man.
How do you do it though?
Sinigang? I'm really simple. I pretty much start off the same as you. Have a simple base, and then I add the stock of the oxtail and just get it sour to the way I like it, and I'm done.
Chef, this is it. Thank you so much. We'll plate it now. How about you do the work?
Sure. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
What does JP like to eat? Your son?
Oh, JP? He's a bit spoiled because he knows mommy is such a foodie. So he eats everything. He's not very particular, but his ultimate favorite is sushi.
Wow.
Sushi and buffalo. Well, he says he's outgrown buffalo wings, but I don't believe that.
How can you outgrow buffalo wings? I think that's like one thing that's like forever going to be engraved in every person's life, especially when they start drinking.
Oh.
The way your kids eat, it really says a lot, and I think that even my boys, they do. They cook with me, so I make it a point to come home early once a week, and I make them cook. And literally, it's not like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Wait a minute, they're 8 and 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
I make them cook. So I have videos of them.
Do you hear this, JP?
I have videos of them actually sauteing and all this stuff, and it's kind of funny because they do burn themselves, they do drop the pan, but it's normal, right? So I'm like, he got burned. He goes, Papa, I got burned. Yes, it's gonna happen. Do it again. You know, it's just, I'm not gonna say that it's never gonna happen again. Don't worry, son, you're gonna get used to it. Do it again. So people ask me, what is a kitchen? And I always say it's controlled insanity.
Yeah.
It's really freaking insane.
It's true. I hope that this is not gonna make you insane.
Oh no, this looks good.
Here's the moment of truth.
Yes, let's try it.
Yes. I like how, to be honest, I love the fat, because fat is flavor, right? So, yeah, it's really good. And you're right about the mustasa too. Chef, thank you so much. We have so much more to talk about. I've learned a lot from you, and I had so much fun.
Well, thank you for having me. Hope you had fun with this as well. And if I do end up making a vlog, I'm gonna have you on it first.
Absolutely. I'll be the first person there.
Cool.
Thanks for watching Dash of Donita. I hope that you guys liked today's episode. If you do, like, and of course, more importantly, subscribe. Subscribe. Otherwise, how am I gonna earn from this? Hello? Thanks for watching Dash of Donita. Bye, guys.